Sup guys? Grab a snack. I got my vegan donuts, which have to defrost. What the fuck is that? And my coconut water, cause this is a story. Okay, so I kind of have to give a backstory here. I have been singing since I was a child. I was literally like 11 years old doing You Now broadcast, which looking back, tragic. It's crazy to think that that was literally 10 years ago. Like that's fucking crazy. And then you guys know, if you've like stalked my channel, that I used to post literally nothing but covers basically. Here's the thing. Since I've been posting these covers on like TikTok and Twitter, I've gotten a lot of people saying, oh my God, you should go on like a TV show. Well, I did that. I've done it 3 times. This could go so in depth. There's so many pieces to the story, so I'm just gonna try and like move along with it. I can't say the name of the TV show because in this particular audition that I did for this one, I signed a contract. So I know a lot of my subscribers are directioners, which you all are basically private investigators. So like, I'm sure you guys can figure it out. So this specific story that I'm telling you about is about the show that I auditioned twice for. I did once in 2015. So I'm gonna tell you that little part. The second time is where it gets fucking crazy. This show had Christina Aguilera on it. That's what I'm gonna give you as a hint, okay? When I auditioned when I was 15, I actually did not want to audition at all. Like, I really did not want to audition at all for that. My mom signed me up for it, and then basically they emailed her back and was like, here's your audition thing, like, have a good time, you know? We waited in line for hours and hours and hours. It was the craziest fucking experience. We were in this huge ass room. They called you in groups. You would go into this room, like this huge like room. You would sing for the person that was judging you or whatever. So I'm gonna tell you this part, and just keep in mind, I'm gonna tell you my perspective, and then what I found out later is the reality of this. Okay, so I hope you guys can kind of follow along with this. So what we're told is that if they like us when we sing, then they will like call us up there at the end. So I go up there, I sing, I sit back down, everyone goes up, sings, sits back down. I was in a group of like 6 people, right? I remember there was this one guy, okay, that was in this room with us. He stands up there, and when I tell you, killed it. It was soul snatching. His voice was unreal. He did a Beyonce song, okay? I'm talking the runs that he did. I was like, in my dreams, did I ever be able to do that? He sits down, and then she tells us all to leave. I got so angry. Out of anyone in this room right now, he deserved to stay. He deserved to be on this show. I don't fucking understand that. That's talent. I knew choosing Hurt by Christina Aguilera was a very risky choice, okay? I already knew ahead of time that that probably wasn't gonna work for me. This guy was so fucking talented, and I was like, how are you gonna let him walk out of this room? Especially because you're watching these fucking TV shows, and this is where the reality kicks in, okay? Think about it this way. When you're watching these fucking TV shows, there's always people on these shows that are so fucking mediocre. Like, I'm talking the most mediocre voices you've ever fucking heard in your life. And then there's like 3 of them that are like fucking crazy talented. So keep that in mind, okay? So I get done with this audition, right? I go home. I'm really fucking upset. Like, I'm really, really upset because I'm like, as anyone would be. I feel like anyone would be upset. So what I later find out, all of it's fucking fake. I mean, come on. We all fucking know it is. Like, let's be real. So the craziest thing is I find out they pick the winner before the show even fucking starts. Before the show even starts, they know who's gonna win that fucking show. And they know who the runner-up is gonna be. So they pick this person that's extremely talented, this person that's underneath them, and then it's just like basically mediocre from there. Here's the fucking crazy thing. 9 out of 10 times, the really talented one is the runner-up. Now I need to get into the second time that I auditioned for this show. So the second time I was scouted. If you don't know what scouted is, basically when you get scouted, someone from the production team scouts you. Like they message you, they email you, whatever, and then they're like, okay, I want to bring you on. So I get an email. At this point in time, when I got this email, I was posting a lot of covers on Instagram, mainly Shawn Mendes. And so I get an email from this girl, and we'll call her Rebecca, whatever. Actually, I'm gonna read the fucking email. So it says, I'm gonna have to pick and choose parts that I say in this because for legal reasons. Basically, it was a private invitation to audition for this show. Basically meaning that I would skip all of these other steps and I was going straight to the round before you go onto the TV show. I had never gotten this far before in any audition that I did for a singing show, so this seemed really cool to me at first. My vocal coach and I trained so hard for this. Like, I mean, we made sure that I had my songs down to a T. Like, made sure every run was perfect, made sure I had every single note change perfect. So I pick which city that I want to go to audition for. I get a follow-up email where, I shit you not, it was like a million fucking questions. Like, they wanted my whole fucking life story. Whole life story. Should I say this? I don't know if I should say this. I had a friend that also had the same thing happen. Lived in a different state. Her story, I guess, wasn't traumatic enough. So they emailed her back and they were like, yeah, girl, like, we don't even need you anymore. Like, sorry, all of our spots are filled. And she was like, what the fuck? After I send in all of this information, it took me about 3 days to fill out all of this information. I get an email back that's like, great, we looked over everything, we're really excited about this. And then they gave me my audition time and they gave me the date. So my dad and I booked plane tickets, fly to the location, to the destination. I was nervous as fuck. I started getting kind of weird vibes a little bit before I even went on the trip. So, and keep in mind, this is 2019 that I did this. I seriously had never been more nervous in my life. So I had the first day to kind of explore. I feel like I can say the city I was in. I was in Nashville. I was able to like explore Nashville, like chill out, like have a good ass time. So then my audition day rolls around. So I Uber to my location. It looked like a fucking warehouse out of a fucking horror movie. Like, it was terrifying looking. I get out of my Uber and I'm like, oh shit, I don't think this is the right location, but like, I walk in, sure enough, it's the right location. Here was the problem though. All of the artists that were there were country artists. Let that sink in for a second. Am I a country artist? No, I'm the total opposite. I'm a fucking pop artist. From that moment, I was like, that's it. I know I'm not making it. Like, I know I'm not making it. I should have went to fucking Miami or LA or New York. Like, I should not have came to Nashville. But I didn't know that. And maybe it's stupid for me to just assume, but I just assumed that you could just sing whatever genre at that location. Which I guess you can, but I had zero chance. I remember when I walked in, everyone had fucking guitars and I didn't. Because first of all, I'm not that skilled at guitar. I'm not intermediate, but I'm not like a pro, okay? So I just didn't feel comfortable having a guitar and playing one. I get this contract sheet. Keep in mind, this is the third contract I am signing. So at this point, I'm like, what the fuck am I signing though? So I'm reading through it. I start seeing things in this contract that make me ill, like make me sick. Like, if you guys knew, wish I could expose that shit, but I can't because I'd get sued. Let's just say it's intense. A lot of these people that I was seeing, because we were sitting in like this little waiting room waiting to go into the audition rooms, a lot of these people were just getting it, signing it, bam. And I was like, what? I'm like, you don't read it? Like, if there's one thing I have learned being in the music industry, read your contracts before you start signing shit. So basically, I signed this fucking contract. I shouldn't have, but I did it. And so this girl comes up to me, she's like, are you William? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, okay, come sit out here with all these other artists. You can hear the people singing in the rooms. Every single song, it was either Carrie Underwood, Blake Shelton. It was all country. It was all country. Garth Brooks, whatever. It was all country music. So I was like, what the fuck? I'm about to walk in there and I'm not only singing Praying by Kesha, but I'm singing Paparazzi by Lady Gaga. Like, total opposite from what these people are doing, which you would think would work to my benefit, and it just didn't. So I walk in there. I get up on the stage. There's a camera filming me. There's the light. This was a full ass production. And they're like, what song are you gonna be doing? Tell us a little bit about yourself. So I was telling them a little bit about myself, and then the music starts playing and I start singing. Oh, this part makes me a little emotional because it brings me back to like, fuck, I didn't want to cry. When I got done with my first song, the producer looks at me and he goes, you don't have it. He goes, you have a good voice, but you don't have the look to make it. That crushed my entire being. I remember I just quickly responded and I was like, please let me do my second song. And he was like, I guess. I do paparazzi. I know that I gave it everything I could. Like, I know that I gave it everything I could possibly give. I get done with paparazzi and he goes, you don't have it. You need to go. And then I remember I went to go grab my stuff and I just turn and look at him and I was like, you will be so fucking sorry one day that you didn't choose me. And I walked out the door. And I know that sounds cocky as fuck. What bothered me so fucking much, first of all, this guy doesn't know me. Second of all, he doesn't know how hard I had been working toward this. I had been working on these 2 fucking songs night and day, 10 hours a day for like 2.5 months. Like 2.5 months of my life, I was so invested into this. I was giving it my all, like, and it was just, you don't have to look. I felt so insecure. I had never felt more insecure in my life. It's because that wasn't the first time. Wasn't the second time. Wasn't the third time. I've always kind of been told that. I've always been told, like, your nose is too big, your forehead's too big. I have been told it all from people in this industry. Keep in mind, I'm not talking about hate comments about that. I'm talking about people that work in the industry were telling me these things. And so you can't help but feel so insecure. You can't help but feel so defeated, but it was soul crushing for me. I remember it became a really low point. Last year was the lowest point of my life, and I can genuinely say that, which is a whole nother video that I'll make in a later time. I felt like a failure. I felt like I'd never be good enough. So I remember last year, like, I released Over Again and Better Off. I remember for a while, I looked at those 2 songs and I was like, wow, these fucking flopped. But the reality is like, I'm really proud of those 2 records. I'm more proud of them than any of my records. And now I'm working on my album independently. And that's been a really cool thing, you know. It's a really emotional journey because you're reliving so many things. For example, some of these songs that are going to be on my album I wrote back in 2018. So reliving those experiences again it's a little rough, you know. That is my little story time for you guys today. It's something that's been weighing on me for a really long time, and I really just needed to get it out and talk about it. And I'm really glad you guys have given me the platform to do that. Also, I want to say thank you to every single one of you. We just hit 10,000 subscribers. That's fucking crazy. We're almost to 300,000 on TikTok. That's fucking crazy. Like, the amount of love and support you guys have shown me in the last few months has just been so insane. And I hope every single one of you know that I love and I appreciate you. The connection I have with you guys is something, like, you guys get my sense of humor. Like, you guys just love me and accept me for me. And I hope all of you know that I love and accept every single one of you for who you are. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Check out all of my social medias and my Spotify down below. And I will see you guys in my next video, which will probably be a vlog. I love you guys so much. Be safe, be smart, get blazed, treat people with kindness. Okay, great. Bye, guys.